Okay, hello everyone. My name is Tiffany Chiu, and the title of my project is to apply process mining to evaluate internal control effectiveness automatically. So prior literature indicated that process mining could add value to audit and enhance the performance of the internal control effectiveness. So in this research, we aim at using process mining techniques to evaluate the internal control effectiveness automatically. And this paper is the follow-up paper for James et al. 2014, the accounting review paper. And the contribution of our paper is that we use the whole population of the data, so we believe we can have a more comprehensive view of the data set and the results, and also we could provide more insights about how to use process mining in the audit field. So this is our project overview. As you can see, we have one main analysis and two additional analyses. So for the main analysis, we first classify our processes, the patterns, into acceptable and unacceptable based on certain rules. For the unacceptable rules, we have 4 different rules. Missing activities, meaning missing certain required activities like missing the signature. And redundant activities means we have more than one certain activities, like we have more than one signature. And then activities not in right order means we have the goods receipt, but we do not have the approval process before that, or we have invoice receipt, we do not have approval process before that. And then for activities, unacceptable extra activities, that means we have additional activities that is not allowed in the process. And for the two additional analysis, they are testing about the violation of segregation of duty and the examination of the timestamp. So this is an example of acceptable or unacceptable variance. So if a variance goes from 1 to 6, follow the order, that would be an acceptable variance because that's a right standard process. And if the process goes from 1 to 3, starts from create purchase order to release, skipping the signature, then we see that as unacceptable patterns. So that's how we classify the variance. And this is the data set we use. So overall, we have 7 different activities, including create purchase order, signature, release, GR, IR, payment, and changing line. And this is the standard process. And the data, we group that into 980 variants, and its duration for the process is 46 days. So this is our overall results. Overall, we find out 26% of the process instance in our overall data sets are unacceptable variants. And for the details of the results, for missing activities, we have 19% of the process instance are missing certain activities, and 10% of it have redundant activities. And for activities not in right order, we have around 0.5%. And we do not find any activities that have an unexpected extra activity because all the 7 activities in our process are required and it's allowed for this process. And this is our results for additional analysis, segregation of duty. This is the 3 categories. We find out that there's some case IDs that have same person doing signature and release, same person doing release and goods receipt, but we did not find any results for same person doing goods receipt and invoice receipt. So overall, there are 2% of the overall cases violates the segregation of duty. And this is our last analysis. It's regarding the timestamp examination. So we find out that these are the top 10 longest process durations, that they all have around 370, 380 process duration. And since the mean duration of the process is 46 for our data sets, so these are definitely something that auditors need to pay more attention on it because it's too long. It might be potential risk or the inefficient processes. So in conclusion, in our paper, we provide 3 perspectives of how to use process mining techniques to analyze the internal control effectiveness automatically. And for the main analysis, we conduct 4 main categories, 23 subcategories based on our data sets. And we find out that our results shows that by classifying the variants into different categories, it allows auditors to detect potential risk or insufficient inefficient internal processes. And process mining could be a new audit evidence since auditors could use the results of the unacceptable variance, the longest process duration, or the ones violate the segregation of duty could pay more attention on these kinds of case IDs. Thank you.